everyone. Welcome, welcome to, well, another stream with just me. I always feel so weird doing these solo streams, but they got to be done. I think I have fun with people who are on their lunch break and doing all the things. So, for those who don't know, I'm Mandy, and I don't normally do solo gameplays, but I have a lot of games, and COVID's put me a little bit behind. So I figured let's try and put some games out. And yeah, today we're going to be doing Port Royal. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Port Royale, even though there's no E on the end of it. But Port Royal Big Box, and we're going to be playing the solo version of this one, and it's called The Adventure Begins. So I don't know if all of you have played the regular Port Royal, but this one is the base game, but then it has some fun little elements to it. We're going to be playing more of like a story type version. So that's it. So I usually do these around lunchtime because it's calm, people are at work, so other people pop in and say hi, but then I feel less stressed playing playing solo. So here we are. But we're going to give it a go, and if people have comments or questions, pop them in. I will post this later on YouTube, so if you want to take a look at it and kind of get a feel for how it's played, then yeah, we'll do that. All right. Well, I think it's going to be quiet today because it is a long weekend, which is okay for me because now I can take my time and do all the things. So let's pop on over to the other screen. There we go. And then we can kind of see how I've sort of set this up already. So, for those who haven't played Port Royal, or Port Royal, oh my goodness, I'm trying to say things in French, and it's not really how the title is pronounced. You'll notice there are a few things that are different. So, in the game, we're going to be doing a lot of trading, and that's where we're going to have a market up here, and we're also going to be hiring people to help us out with these trades, getting us money and influence points, which are denoted by these little, I don't know if you can see, it might be hard to see, but little shields, those are influence. Okay? So this deck will be familiar. This is the play deck, and this is where we're going to be playing cards out for us to acquire or to repel ships. However, you'll also notice they have coins on the back, and the coins on the back are another way that we can use the cards. So you'll notice that I start with 3 coins, not 3 cards. All right, so this is where it might be a little confusing, but if they're face down like this, they're being used as money. If they're face up, they're being used as, well, the card that you see in front of you. Hey, Andrew, nice to see you. Hey, Jeremy, the Soul Queen is back. No. So I am so not comfortable with this game. I feel like there are things I'm doing kind of wrong, but I'm hoping not. I got the rulebook in front of me, but I don't know what it is. Playing solo makes me so nervous. Not that anyone's ever judged me, because I have friends in the chat, and I'm glad y'all could pop by, and it's you too. I don't know. Makes me nervous, but here we are. So thank you for popping in. Okay, so we talked about money. Cards can be used as money or as actual cards. We also have the event deck, so that's something that's new that you don't see in the original game. And then we have, I think this is like the story deck, I think it's called, but this is where we're going to progress the story to get more missions to complete. Then I have my character card, which also has an ability, but we don't get to use that ability until this gets removed, and that gets removed when we complete missions. So this is our first mission here. It might be a little hard to see, but we need to basically hand in 2 Ares pirates, and then we'll be able to get the bonus there, but this doesn't get resolved, this mission, until the end of the event. So when we get to the bottom of that event deck. Okay? And then this tracks my influence points. Whew, that was a lot. Have any of you played Port Royal or played the big box? Or played this one? This is The Adventure Begins. It's more like that story one. So I'm curious to know if that's one that you had played before. I just realized, too, that my name's kind of like behind me. That's not good. Let's fix that so you can actually see. But, yeah, while I'm doing that, you can let me know. How odd. Okay, well, it is what it is. Oh, you've never played it. Oh, okay. I thought you had, Jeremy, for some reason. Do you have the, oops, there's a bug in here. Do you have the big box at all? Or, like, did they send it to you? I guess not if you haven't played it. Or maybe it's on your pile and it just hasn't happened yet. Oh, okay, tangible. Yeah, so, yeah, it's the Port Royal's been around for a while because I have the smaller boxes. This one comes, I have stuff in it right now, but it comes in just like one box, and the big box is like a standard size box. So, interesting. Okay, for some reason I thought more people had played it, but we'll see. Hey, Tommy, how's it going? I messaged you. You never messaged me back. I just got back from vacation like a week ago. It's been insane. Lots of traveling. Good to see you. Yeah. So, glad you popped in. We're just about to get started, so let's jump in. So the first things first, the first kind of phase of the game, if you will, and I'm sorry if I'm off camera a bit while I do this. In the new version, we do what we call a phase 0. So I've already seeded the deck with some cards that were supposed to be in there, and I've set this up for solo. So it tells me here, mission to complete. I need to get rid of all 4 of my cubes, and I need to acquire 12 influence points. Will this happen? We shall see. Oh, you were going to buy this one. Oh, okay, well, this is only one of them, so hopefully I don't ruin it. You're like, I hate it. But I think you'll probably like it. Hey, Eclectic Camel, thanks for popping in. Good, so it's good when friends pop in when I do these, because it always makes me nervous. Okay, so yeah, so I've seeded the deck with what we call Aries Captains, and that's something that you're going to do as part of the setup. I've already done it. And what's going to happen is that we have a phase 0. So we're going to have a phase 1 normally where we discover cards. That's where I'm going to put cards out. And I'll explain when that happens. And then we're going to trade or hire professions or potentially repel ships, and that happens in the discover phase. But, because we are doing the new one, we have a phase 0. And this is where we are going to actually draw an event card and resolve that as well. Hello, Board Game Feast. Nice to see you. Good morning. And Jeremy, my stack is too big to buy stuff. Pfft, don't even talk to me about that. I just didn't order with Board Game Bliss, and I ordered Twilight Inscription, amongst other things. So I hear you on this one. All right, so what does the story deck say? So Chapter 1, introducing Tybic, and Tybic. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But yeah, so that's that. So the card that would come after would have been this card here. And that tells you what's going to happen in Chapter 1. So I'm supposed to read it. After you fought off an Aries pirate attack in the middle of the night, your father appears looking completely distraught. Your mother has been kidnapped by a group of occult Aries pirates. You immediately assure your elderly father that you'll personally pursue the Aries pirates in order to free your mother. Well, that's definitely a thing. So in Chapter 1, it's showing us all the things we need to do. So this is what we're going to have to do, is gain those 12 influence points plus the trophy, which are what are underneath these, oops, sorry, not that one, these little spaces there. And we're going to take this card and tuck it, as I had done before, and we're putting Aries Pirates in the deck. I've already done this. So let us put this here. And that shows us what we need to do. So I need to gain and discard 2 Aries Pirates, but we got to wait for them to come out. And Board Game Feast, hope you have some nice tea brewed in a kettle there. Oh, I had my tea this morning in a kettle. So for those who don't know, Kettlegate occurred on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on my Twitter. I think it's on Suzanne's, because I went to visit Suzanne. And apparently kettles in the U.S. is not a popular thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like not a lot of people have them in the U.S. Just saying. But microwaved water, I try not to judge, but it does not taste good. I'm sorry. So check it out if you want some fun entertainment. And okay, so David, you haven't played the expansion? Yeah, there's a few. So I'm playing The Adventure Begins. There's also Just One More Contract and Make Sail. So there are 2 others. But for solo play, I believe The Adventure Begins and Just One More Contract are the only 2 that you can play solo. So this is what we're going to try today. So I've done that. I've read the story. We can ignore this now because we don't need it at the moment. I do have another deck off screen where I'll be adding cards. So the Aries Pirates came out of this deck, which went into here. But we don't do anything with that deck until we are told otherwise. So first things first, we look at events. So this is phase 0 of this new game. And here we go. Now, I apologize if I missed something. I have the rules in here, but there's a lot going on. So if you have played this and noticed, by all means, let me know in the chat. So first things first. So we have an event that says Blessing in Disguise. So in phase 1, which is going to come after this, if you forfeit the rest of your turn and there are no more than 4 cards in the harbor display, gain 2 coins. Ooh. So I'll pop that over there so you can see that event. So you're like, what does that mean? Well, we'll find out in a minute. So now we're going to do the first phase. So phase 1, that was phase 0. Now we're going to do phase 1, which is Discover. So this lets me turn cards over and potentially acquire them. And, Board Game Feast. Yeah, it's part of the big box, this whole story campaign mode. So I'm trying it out, seeing how it goes. And but I like those types of modes in games, so hopefully it works well. I think it works well in solo. You can play it competitively or cooperatively. Obviously, being solo, I'm just going to play it cooperatively with myself. And yes, this is a Fister game. So, all right. So to discover. So first, now we're going to draw cards from the deck and put them out in the display in the harbor. Excuse me. So here we go. So this is what you'd call a profession card. So this one, if I decide to acquire it, I need to hire this person for 3 coins, which I do in fact have. And they give you an ability at the top that you can use once they're in your display. Okay. But I want to see what else is happening there. So here's where it gets tricky. If you end up getting 2 cards of ships that are the same color, and I'll point it out when it happens, well, you get nothing. So in this case, you want to do that before that happens. You do have the option of repelling the ships, but I have no swords to do that. So when we get there, I'll explain that in more detail. But in this particular phase, we're just discovering. So we're pulling out the cards to see what I can get. Now we've got another profession. Now I did swear that I shuffled these, so this should be interesting. All right, we'll keep going. Now we have a governor. Okay, well I shuffled these, but apparently we've got lots of professions coming out. Okay, there's our first ship. So, I have some things I could do here, potentially. There's only 1 ship out. So there is a limit to how much you can, I guess, hire / purchase, I guess we'll just say hire, trade, or whatnot. So depending on how many ships you have out, for 0 to 3 different colored ships, I can take 1 card. And then if I have more ships, I can take more cards. Well, right now, this is all I got. So I'm kind of tempted to take the money. I don't know, because if I get another red ship, if I get another ship out there that's, the same color, I'm in trouble. Chances are slim, but I don't want to take any. I'm not good for chances. Oh, goodness. So now, let's see here. I'm just seeing who else is in the chat. Well, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about that sticker thing. I thought I took it, off to not go off every 5 seconds, but it is. Sorry. Meeple and the Moose. Money is always a good idea, right? But I'm debating, should I keep going or should I just take this? I feel like if I don't know. Here, let's put this here. We don't need this deck currently. But I really am thinking I should go with another card. Obviously, I don't want to get the same one, but you know what? Let's keep going. Ooh. Now, I like this because this one gives me swords, so if I want to take out a ship in a future round, I can do that. This is where things get a little tricky, everybody. Do I keep going? At this point, I can only take 1 card, so I'm just giving myself more options right now. Let's see. Okay, we've got a priest. I feel like I don't have enough ships happening here. But I need money. But I also like the sailor, but that's going to leave me really poor. Oh, what to do? Well, I don't want to prolong the inevitable here. So I could in fact take the sailor, and then this provides me with some protection later on. And it also gives me an influence point. Not mad at it, because remember I need 12 of these points. You know what? I'm going to spend my money. Oh, regrets. Because I can only take the 1 card anyway, and I'm kind of poor. And I'm going to take that sailor. Now, this sailor's going to hang out in my little display here. So now when I'm repelling a ship, I'll be able to do so with that. So the first phase was to discover. And then after that, I decided to hire. I could have traded by taking the ship and just taking the money. We'll come back to it and hope there's more. So now that I've done that, normally if you were playing with somebody else, they would have an opportunity to buy a card if they wanted to. They'd have to pay to do so. But it's just me. So that's it. Now, it does say if you forfeit the rest of your turn and there are no more than 4 cards in the harbor display, gain 2 coins. I probably should have done that, but I didn't. I did it with more than 4, which was silly of me, but here we are. So I don't unfortunately get that bonus from the event. So now these cards go away. Okay. That was round 1. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I'm pretty sure that's all that happens there. And I say round 1 as in that's all that happens. So we haven't reached the end Oops, that goes away too. We haven't reached the end of this. We haven't completed this, so this stays as is, and we try doing it all over again. All right, back to phase 0. So this is where an event's going to come into play. Zip, zip. What does it say? Oh, well, funny enough. Church offering. Oh, wasn't there a priest in the display? It says immediately all players with at least one priest gains a coin. Well, unfortunately, I did not take the priest. I did not take the padre, so that unfortunately doesn't do anything for me. Could have got some coins there. I guess that was potentially not the smartest thing, but here we go. So now we're going to do some discoverations here. Ooh, okay. So, this ship, the Ares pirate ship, this is kind of important because this feeds into our mission that we have to complete. Ares ships are a little different. They do count as a separate ship color, but I can, in fact, take it for the coin, or I can just take the card. And they have different symbols on them, like I think medicine or things like that. But according to the rules, I can just take the card and put it in my display because that's something I will have to discard later to complete this mission. I'm really, really just tempted to just take this card as is. I mean, I can keep going, but there is no point. Because if another one comes out, I'm going to be in trouble. Just saying. So, I'm chicken. So I think I'm just going to take this Ares card because I need it for this. So I'm just going to do that because I don't think for Discovery you have to put out multiple cards. Yeah, until you stop. So yeah, so I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to take this one because I need it to complete this little situation down here. So what I'll do is I'll actually just push that up a little bit. And then at least you can see the top of that card because that's what we're going to need to finish this. Okay, so I discovered only the one card, decided to take that. That's it. I feel like these turns are going very quickly, or I'm just really bad at this game. But probably all of the above. Okay, next event. So I really want to try and finish this card before we get to the last card here. So this one says, A Stitch in Time. Phase 1, if you stop drawing cards and exactly 3 cards in the harbor display, I gain a coin. This kind of might be a good idea for me because I'm getting a little low on those coinage. So let's check that out. So we have a captain, but I'm poor, so I can't afford this anyway. A sailor. Again, I can't afford it. Please be a ship. Oh, yeah. It's a ship, and it's the ship of my dreams. It's another Ares ship, which I need. So this specifically says, if you stop drawing cards and exactly 3 cards in the display, gain a coin. Well, guess what? I'm a stop drawing cards because I need this card specifically. So I'm about it. So with that being said, 3 cards, I get a coin. Hey-oh. Whoops. Again, using it just as a coin. And then I'm going to take this one. And that's going to go down here. We're going to talk about finishing that. So these go away. And let's look at this mission that I have to complete. So in order for me to complete this mission, I have to discard, because it's -2 Ares cards, which I'm about to do. So these 2 Ares cards are going to go bye-bye. Away you go in the discard pile. We take this cube, yoink, off the door. It goes, and you always take from left to right. It goes in here, and because I'm the first player, well, I'm the only player to do it, I get 2 coins, and I get a crown, which is what this card does. And the reason why this is important is because it also helps me get influence. So I get influence based on people I hire, but I also get it based on moving up this track as well. Thanks, Amanda. I do it to distract how, like, nervous I am. I'm like, I must win this. I must get it. So, we're not off to a bad start. I'm not mad at it. But what about you all? Are you all working? I feel bad. I'm taking away from your jobs and I'm singing and doing all the things. What does everybody have planned for the long weekend? Or not planned? I'd be curious to know. Let me take a little sip when we go on to the next thing. So, while you're thinking about that, even though this is done, I don't do anything with it until we get to that last card of the event deck, right? And remember, I need to get rid of 4 of these, so I have to complete 4 missions. Let's see. Working and lurking. Seems like a really, I like the saying, working and lurking. Exactly. Just take off the G on the end and it sounds like super cool. I'm here for it. This is good. Okay. So that was the end of that round. I got a little bit of coin here. Let's go to phase 0, turn one of these over. This one says, immediately, whoever pays 2 coins gains 1 crown. And that's it. So that's this event here. I mean, gaining a crown is good. It gives me an influence point. But then, I'm poor. Again. Ugh. I might do it, though. I need these crowns. That seems really expensive for a crown point. I don't know. But then again, I paid 3 for a sailor to get a point. Oh, this is so tricky. And if I pay the 2, I'm only left with 1. Okay, you know what? Stop messing around here. Let's just pay the 2 coins. And get a crown. Yoink. There we go. I forgot to mention, I unlocked my ability now. When I took this cube off for completing this, I get an ability. And this specific ability I have is Grace the Kid. There are 4 or fewer cards in the harbor display, so that's this. And your turn ends due to 2 ships of the same color in the harbor display. I get 2 coins. I mean, that's good that I get 2 coins, but I don't like that I have to wait till I get 2 ships in there. That seems a little sketch. So, it's all good. What's everyone saying here? Hey, here's Gambit. Thanks for popping in. Oh, it's quiet in the office. Does everyone work government? This is my day off today, but I know government offices. I mean, we are starting to go back. Well, my situation's a little different, but I've heard it's very quiet in the office. So, which is interesting. But that's okay. I'm glad that you're all here with me, hanging out. All right. So now we've done phase 0. We did that. I spent my monies like a fool. And now, okay, here we go. So I don't really need this anymore because I did my thing. But this one here, if we have ships with that symbol on them, you can't repel them. And we haven't done that yet. But basically, if I get another Ares ship in here, I'm going to be in trouble. So let's try not to do that. Oh! So I thought I had turned that thing off. But somebody played the air horn, because I don't think you all can hear it. I can hear it, but for some reason you all are not hearing it, and I don't know why. So thank you for that. I forgot to turn it off. But that scared the bejesus out of me. Oh my god. I know, that's what I'm saying. I meant to turn it off. It's not working for some reason. So I know. I'm sorry. But I got it. Yeah, so I apologize. I meant to turn that off, and for some reason, it did not do that. So I apologize. But yeah, but I got it, and it was super loud. But, sorry about it. But let's try that. Perfect. Yes, I know. I'm working on it, everybody. I'm sorry. So, but I got it, and it was loud. All right, Tommy, how have you been? Oh, I've been good. Busy, as you can see, trying to learn games and do the things. So, yeah, it's been good busy. How about you? Okay, so now that I've got 2 ships, I have 2 ships, but they're 2 different colors, so we're okay. I mean, that's 4 coins. I'm about it. I'm really thinking. Oh, you did? Oh, I missed it. Well, let us hydrate, Amanda. Here we go. And this water's delicious, nice and cold. Yum, 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 yum. Thank you for that, because I do forget to do that. All right, so these are the cards I have out. You know what? I'm going to take the money and run. What? I'm taking those 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey-oh. Yeah, I'm about it. And I got 5 coins. I'm rich. Yeah. And that's that. So now we're going to go to the next event. Okay, favorable opportunity in phase 2. So that's when we do the trade or hire. The cost of hiring professions is reduced by 1 coin. Ooh, so if I do that, oh, this is great. Then I can hire, so I'll show that to you. It's 1 coin fewer. Sweet, I'm about it. What's in the, hey, Ann, 9717, doing a work lurk thing. Happy Friday. Well, happy Friday to you. And Ann is a great name. That's my mom's name, and it's Ann with an E, which I like. So that's awesome. And what's Tangy? You're going to be, Tangy Poo, for the weekend, you're definitely going to be playing lots of Flamecraft. I'm still waiting for mine. So I did request a review copy, so I'm hoping to get that soon, but very excited for that one. But yeah, you'll have to tell me how it is. If you see my social media, like, pin me and let me know if it's good, because I have not played it yet. So this is exciting to hear. And then David's like, I might have to toss Port Royal in the bag for tomorrow. I thought you were saying toss it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, am I doing that badly? Sorry about it. But I'm saying that you're going to play it tomorrow. Got it. Got it. All right, so now we did our event. Now let's do some discovering. So now I can hire for one fewer. I'm kind of about it. Ooh, there's the Senorita. And I'll tell you what those do if I decide to take them. The Jester's nice, because the Jester gets you more coins. The Jester also costs 9. I don't have that much money. Boo earns, boo earns. Let's keep going. Ooh, Galleon, that's 3 coins. I can't repel it even if I wanted to, so there's that. But I don't really need to at this point, because I could do this in this Discover phase to continue. But I can't. So let's keep going. Ooh, there's a Trader. Trader is nice. So let's take a look at what some of these do, because that would be nice. So the Jester, I know, is really good for helping you to get additional coins. Senorita, the higher cost for that, oh, the higher, it's discounted by 1 coin for each Senorita on their display. So giving you a discount, basically, which is nice. And the Trader, which I've had before, so the Trader is this one here. Whenever a Trader trades with a ship of the same color as one of their traders during phase 2 of Trade and Hire, they gain an additional coin. For each trader of the appropriate ship color in the display. Ooh, and it's worth 2 influence points. I kind of like that, but I'm kind of feeling the Senorita because she gives a discount. Yeah, and so I haven't played the original version in so long. Is the art that much different? Someone will have to remind me, because I honestly, it's been a hot minute, so... Ugh, can I afford this Senior? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 5. I'm really tempted to just take those coins and keep it moving. I think I'm going to. So, Discover phase over. I'm actually going to take that ship out and get 3 coins. It's because I really want to get some hiring some professions later. These are going to go away. And we're back to phase 0. Now, I have yet to come across income tax card, and those can be not very nice. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen, or all of my money is going to go away. So, oh, the art on the original is fine. It's functional. Gameritis guy, thanks for popping in. Been considering getting Port Royal for solo, but you're telling me that there's a big box. Yeah, so here, let me, give me a sec here. I never do this, and of course the one time that I do this, yoink. I'll put it under this camera so you can see it better. This is the cover of the new box. There you go, if you can see that. So it's just a regular size box. See, big box. But it just means it has more bits to it. So this is newer, I think. It was sent to me as a review copy, so I'll be very transparent about that. But yeah, that's the big box. So it comes with this version that I'm playing now, which is more of kind of like a story mode. We haven't gotten to the next part of the story, or a campaign mode, I should say. But yeah, so you just have a few extra elements to it. Makes it a little interesting, but the actual gameplay itself, for the most part, remains the same. So, but what happened? I'm sorry, I'm just reading it now. Original art is the Agricola. Oh, okay. Now, don't laugh. I don't own Agricola. I own Caverna, but not Agricola. I don't know. I just could never get into it. So I'm trying to remember the art, and I remember it vaguely. Game right, this guy, yes, please, more big box games that aren't actually big box. Right? This is the size of a regular game. So it fits on the shelf quite nicely, and I'm about it. Because some of these really big boxes, I don't have a lot of room. And when we have them taking up a whole shelf, like, makes me make decisions I'm not ready to make yet. Wow. Some cold comments for Agricola in there. It's Misery Farm. Dang. Yo, that's cold. Whoa. All right, let's start with a new event. Oh, goodness. All right, so that's that. Or did I draw the new event? I can't remember. I was chatting, not paying attention. No, I think it's a new one. All right, new event. Phase 1 for each... Okay, I don't even know how to say this. Penace? So it's a yellow ship. For each yellow ship that you repel, gain a crown. All other players who could have repelled this also gain a crown. It's just me, so that last part means nothing. Book of Nerds, hey, how's it going? Oh my gosh, this is moving so fast. Thanks for popping in. It's so funny. I played at lunchtime. I'm like, nobody will be watching me. It's fine, so I can make all the mistakes I want. Now everyone's here. I'm like, it's great that it's all of you, but don't judge me. All right, so event 0 has happened. Now we're on to phase 1. There's a sailor in here. I like that it's got 2 influence points because I need those points, and right now I'm at 2. I need 12. But we're keep going. Ooh, more money. Getting a little greedy. I need 5 swords to repel. I have 1. Not gonna happen. I mean, not that it does anything for me right now because I only have the 1 ship there, but if I had another green ship, I'm in trouble. We have a trader. Not traitor, trader. Keep going. Okay, so this is a different card that we have out that we have not seen yet. So this is something that you will notice in the other games. So these cards here technically, technically should be up here. Like they shouldn't be in the main display. You're supposed to keep them off to the, up at the top. And these ones are called, and I want to give you the exact, these ones are expeditions, because I always get this wrong. So I generally tend to avoid expeditions just because I'm like, oh, do I want this? But it's 4 influence points, and I'm kind of thinking I might want to do an expedition. So technically it should be out of this harbor display, but it's fine. We're going to leave it there for right now. And I can claim it by fulfilling it. And, to fulfill this one, I have to discard profession cards with matching abilities. So in this case, it would be with the anchors on it. Oh boy. Plus 2 coins, it says, I think. That's what I have to do. Ew. Nah. Sorry, and draw coins from the deck equal to number. Sorry, I don't pay. I would get 2 coins, but I don't have that. Yikes. Oh, I did this so wrong, so wrong. Because now I need to get rid of 2 professions with this, and I don't have it. And it's only available until I have it on my turn. Game Red is guy. The captain of the expedition card pointing the map looks like, hey, check out the 2 anchor drawings I made. It's true. That's exactly what it looks like. I can't. This is so funny. I'm looking at the chat here. Caverna. Oh, people are thinking it has too many options. I like Caverna. I've played it solo. Yeah, I'm just not a solo gamer, but I just like the feel of Caverna. But you're right. There are a lot of things going on in it. Agreed. Okay, well, I can't do this expedition, unfortunately, so it's going to hang out, but it's going to kind of... I know it's technically not in the display, but it's going to stay there because I can't do it. Let's go to the next thing. I could get another sailor. I'm really tempted to just take those coins so I can get the thing that I want later. Ooh, there's another ship, but it's not a ship of the same color, so I am A-okay. But because I have 2 ships out now, I believe... Sorry, I need 4 ships in order to take 2 cards, so I could keep going. You know what? Let's keep going. I pray that I don't get another black or green ship. Ooh, it's a red ship. Okay, if I get 1 more ship that's not any of the colors there, I can get 2 cards. David, I'm going to start a new drinking game where I drink every time you remind folks you don't like solo games and space games. Okay, so it's a caveat, and I can't help it. And you know why? It's because someone who doesn't know that might come in the stream and be like, this girl's terrible at solo games. Listen, I never professed to be good at solo games. I do it because I like hanging out with people like all of you, and I got games to get played. So if this is how it has to happen, so be it. But that is why it comes out of my mouth. As for space games, I think I just like singing because I know people find it amusing. But here we are. Fair point. All right, I'm going to keep going just because I feel like I need to. Okay, hey yo everybody. I have 4 ships. Boop, boop, boo, doo, 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 doo. I don't know what that song was, but here we are. But now that I have 4 ships, I can take 2 cards. I'm about it. And when I say take 2 cards, I could hire, I could trade with a ship. Oh, the opportunities here are, hey-oh. So I do like the sailor, just because it gives me an extra influence point. I definitely want some monies. Doesn't matter which ship I end up taking. But I think, to make this worth it, I could take the sailor for 3, and then I could make my money back by trading with a ship. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to take that. You can see the tops, that's all that matters. I do have to pay 3 from here, but I'm not going to bother because I'm going to take a ship here and trade with this ship. Yoink. So I'm going to get those 3 coins back. So that's that. So I could not fulfill that expedition, unfortunately. Yeah, I could have repelled the yellow ship. No, I couldn't have, actually. I needed 4 swords. That wasn't going to happen. So we leave that alone, because it would have given me an extra crown. Yeah. Yes, Admiral Mandi. I am not even going to do a fake salute. I just won't do that because it'd be bad and very disrespectful, but I'll just do one of these. I'm an admiral. Yeah, that was silly. But here we are. Okay, so far so good. So now, oh my goodness, this is so slippery. Let's do another event. Sorry, phase 0. We're back to phase 0 here. I'm rich. Feeling good. Next event. Immediately, all players receive 2 coins per jester. Yeah, if only I had one. Then, as much as they can, they must pay 2 coins for each governor or each admiral. Well, guess what? I don't have either. So I don't have to do it. All right, let's do some discoverations here. Look at that, a jester. I mean, I feel like maybe I should get it, but let's not, I mean, it's good points. Ooh, a flute. I can't really repel much because I don't have a lot of cards there. Another airy ship, so we've got 2 ships out now. Okay, well here's another expedition, which would be great if I could do it, but no, of course not. I don't have any professions with those houses on it. Man, what is this here? That's already more ships than the Canadian. Wow. Dave, you know I used to work for Department of National Defense, right? Shame. I'm not military, but that's a shame. Mind you, anybody who's military, they always go for the Navy. What did the Navy ever do to everybody? Gamers, hey now, I drew 2 houses, check it out. You know, I'm like, this is some garbage. Let's just do this, just so I can save myself some room. Alright. Another sailor. I'm almost tempted to get that jester, because the jester gives you money, which I'm not mad at. But there are 2 ships out, so I still can only get 1 card. There's another jester, but that jester's worth 5, but only 1 influence point. I think I'm going to keep going. Canadian geese? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Anybody who has ever had a situation with Canada geese, oh my goodness. What do they call them? Cobra chickens? Those things are evil. I'm sorry, and I love animals, but... Oh, what's this? Great. Another expedition that I can't do. This is wild. David, I'm just keeping the chat lively. Yeah, well, now that someone's brought up Canada geese, I'm sure lots will happen. I'm sorry, I'm moving the table like crazy here. Lots will transpire. So I'm actually just going to put these together. I can't fulfill them anyway. Keep going. Okay, so now is where I have a bit of an issue. If I want to keep going, I have to repel a ship. Guess what? I do have enough swords to repel the ship because I only need 1 set of swords to do that. I don't lose these. But in order for me to get a card, I cannot have these 2 cards in display or my turn is going to be over. So guess what? Bye! You're gone. You're done. You're done. And that is part of this phase. Okay? So guess what? I could keep going. I feel like me keep going is going to be problematic. But I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, what's next? Let's see. Ooh, so that's 1, 2, 3 ships out. 1 more ship and I can get 2 cards. I think this is why I keep pushing more cards at this point. Oh, I see some fun facts. Davey, you never heard cobra chickens? Any Canadians in the chat? Just saying. I mean, that is something that they call them. I'm just going to pull this out a little bit here. You can see a bit more of the screen there. There we go. We can give ourselves a bit more room. There we go. Perfect. And Meeple and the Moose. Fun fact, the end of World War II, Canada had one of the largest navies in the world. There's lots and lots of history museums in Halifax. This is true. I've only been to Halifax once. Actually, I was on base because my friend is Navy. So I got to see a few things. But yeah, it's definitely some really good history. Actually, in general, Halifax has a lot of really good history. So I recommend visiting Halifax if you have not already. And what is Jim saying? This was our closer game of our last local gaming. Oh, for this game, you thought it was fun? 4 players works great. I've only ever played this game with 2. And now I'm doing the whole solo thing. So, yeah. Ah, you're going to Vancouver. I know. They asked me to come to Shucks, but I live on the other side of Canada. And for those who live in Canada, flying in Canada is so expensive. It would cost me probably close to $900 if I got a sale, maybe seven, to get to Vancouver. That's ridiculous. I could fly to New York cheaper than I can fly to Vancouver. It's silly. Silly, silly, silly. I'm gonna keep going. I need one more ship to make this happen. Well, that didn't happen, but I can, in fact, repel. La 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 la. Initially the number. Yeah, cool. So I can get rid of this ship because it was the same color as this. It would have put me in that position again. So ideally, if I can get a red ship or yellow ship out here, it'd be nice, and I can buy something else. Or, sorry, hire someone else. There's a captain here. No, I want to keep going. Yes! Yes! Now I have 4 ships. I can get 2 cards. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Okay, let me come back here to this chat. Salt and Sass podcast. Okay, so it's recorded. I've done the video because there will be video as well. So usually I'm busy, Suzanne's busy, but I think Suzanne's just a little busier because, for those who don't know, she does work with Restoration Games, and Restoration was having, I think, had some Kickstarters and stuff, so she's been really busy doing all of that stuff. So now that it's like, okay, it's done, we can put the podcast out, we recorded a segment that was time sensitive and which had to do with crowdfunding, and unfortunately we now have to re-record that segment because, well, the things that we talked about are no longer around. So that needs to be recorded, re-recorded. So to answer your question, it's done, but so yes, Suzanne and I are supposed to be talking this weekend, so I'm hoping we can get it out for next week. But yes, we didn't forget about it. It's happening, I swear. So that's to answer that question. I apologize. And yeah, flying in Canada is something. And anybody who's Canadian in that chat, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, we will allow this. Jimmy said turd, and it's like, we are holding this comment. But no, it's about Canadian geese. They are something. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, reset the podcast question. I'm sorry. It's coming. It's coming. It's like, it's literally done. Literally done. There are geese near my area. I never heard of cobra chickens, but if I had to make a nickname for the geese in my area, I'd call them turd birds. Yeah, they leave like the green poops everywhere. I mean, it's like grass and stuff, but it's still gross. And my dogs always want to eat them. Oh, sorry. Way too much information. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Okay. So I think looking at this, I am going to get 2 cards. I'm just going to put my money down here so it's out of the way. I'm thinking I should probably get a Jester because I gain a coin for each Jester in my display. Yeah. But I don't get it right now. But it's also worth 2 influence points, so I'm kind of about it. Now, how much coinage do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to spend quite a bit of my money. So let's do that. I'm going to get that Jester. Put that there. But then I also have another card that I can trade with or hire. But I'll take the flute, and I'll take those 4 coins. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Got 4. So about 5 coins now. Let's do that. So that's the end of that phase. Yoink. And we'll do that. And then we'll do another event. Look at that. So I'll probably just go through the one event because otherwise I think this might take a long time. But just so you can see how the game is played. Okay, Black Market. Here we go. Immediately, whoever returns 1 crown gains 4 coins. 1 time for each player. Oh. But if I get rid of a coin, that means I get rid of an influence, and I'm only at 5 right now. I also keep forgetting about my ability, which hasn't happened. It hasn't come into play yet, so it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of that, because I'm only at 1. Who cares? Or 2. And I'll take 4 coins. I really need to start 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting some more things in the old display here. Yoink. Okay. Let's see what's happening in here. Cobra Kai chickens. They are mean. And listen, I'm very respectful of animals. I used to work on this large campus, and they were everywhere. Like, you try to get to your entrance, and they were there. And if they had chicks out, or like little babies, you better run for your life. And I'm not talking about 2 or 3. I'm talking about like 20. They'd be out on the grass. I had to start taking the underground tunnels to get to my office because I'm like, I'm not about it. I am not looking to get attacked. And listen, animals, I respect animals. If I don't even make eye contact, I stay as far away, and then I see people being like, oh, I'm like, if you put your finger near that thing, it will snap it right off, and it's your fault because you should know better. You should know better. Sorry, that's my little rant. Okay, here's a card we haven't seen before. So we've got a tax increase. Oh, this might be bad. All right, so this tax increase, specifically, I think it's if you have, this one is specifically 12 or more coins, then you have to discard down to, half. But I hopefully don't have 12. I say that now, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Phew. In addition, the player with the fewest influence points, well, that's me, gains a coin. And I think in the solo game that I actually would get this, because I have the fewest. Yeah, I remember this being a very strange rule in here, but I feel like that's cheating, so I won't do it. Oh, gosh. I won't do it. I feel like it's a cheat, but I do remember reading something about that. If you get one of those tax cards, I think in the solo game, potentially you do get the coin, but we'll leave it as such until I can confirm that, because I'm not 100%. Okay, I digress. Let's keep it moving. Okay, in case of a tie, the players haven't gained influence, all tie players. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and that is that. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything. I see the Cobra Geese have made... The chat is very amusing. Oh, gosh. These are the players. Okay. Okay, perfect. All right, let's do the thing now. So now that we've done that, I'm going to keep going, because I can still keep going here. Forever judging? Exactly. I'm not taking that coin. We'll just pretend I had it. Ooh! More money, although I'm kind of rich right now. Actually, this card's been resolved, so it doesn't need to be there. Jack of all trades. Ooh, so this is nice because it has a bit of everything in there. I mean, I'm not mad at it. He's only worth 1, though. I'm like, what does Jack of all trades do? This one I'm not 100% familiar with. Here we go. They must be discarded. Okay, so they help for expeditions, which I've so poorly completed, as we've seen. Okay, so it's a wild card for any of those abilities. I mean, it's also 6, and I don't think it's, like, that fantastic. I don't know what y'all think, but... I can keep going. Okay, well, one more ship out here, and I'll be able to get 2 cards, although right now it's like, whatever. The Trader. Oh, I forgot with the Jester. Oh, it's this, you mean like, okay, it's only if it's empty. Yeah, so that's fine. I don't get a coin, because unless I don't repel something and this is empty, then I'm going to be in trouble. Now, keep going. This Captain. Y'all suck. These cards are terrible. The Admiral. Okay, I remember the Admiral being pretty good. Oh, if there are 5 or more cards in the harbor display at the start of a turn, I get to take 2 coins per Admiral in my personal display. What? The Admiral's bomb. So you know what? I'm going to take this Admiral. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of feeling the Admiral here. So let's pay 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll hire the Admiral, which then ends this little scene here. Okay, excellent. Not terrible. Not mad at it. What's happening in here? Jim, with solo, you lose the table shouts and somebody bust pressing their luck, which was definitely amusing. Yeah, and I'm like the most safe person ever. I'm like, I'm gonna stop. And meanwhile, the ranch everyone's like, keep going. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm like the most boring person, but I want everybody else to do it, so I totally get that. Alright, next event. Immediately all players with at least one captain, well that's rude, gain a coin. I do not have a captain. Apparently I have a captainless ship. I have an admiral, but no captain. That's okay. We're all about being your own boss on our ship, and I'm about it. So now, let's see what we're doing over here. See, I wanted the senorita, and now I'm a little annoyed that I didn't wait, because I don't have enough coins. Ugh. Alright, our first ship has made its way out. Another trader. I keep wanting to say trader with a D. Another senorita. 7. I, again, don't have enough coins for this. Oh, great. Well, I could repel one of the ships. I could repel that green one, because I do have 2. I don't have 5, but I have 2. And I believe I can still do the one. Yeah, a ship. So I could technically repel this ship to keep going. Again, got 2. I don't lose them. So here we are. Alright. I can't even afford anything in here. I could just take the 3 coins and run, but nah, not about it. Although, I don't really like what's happening here. Blech. 2 ships. You know, I feel like I don't want to push my luck. Eurogamer girl! Hello, hello! Thanks for popping in. What is David saying here? Flying to Vancouver from LA was cheaper than flying to Seattle. The cruise for Alaska was cheaper out of Vancouver as well. Oh, well I went to go see Suzanne. So from my place to Seattle, my plane ticket was almost $900. So the same as to fly to like Vancouver, Victoria. You would think it within Canada, but no. Everything's more expensive. Don't get me wrong. I love Canada, but it's expensive. This is getting ridiculous. I'm just going to take these coins. Yoink for 3. And call it a day. Because I'm not about it. These cards are some garbaggio. See, I play it safe. What can I say? Alright, next event. Join forces. Phase 1. One player of your choice gains 1 coin from the draw deck. During this turn, you may add that player's cutlasses to your total. Solo play. Exchange this event for a random drawn event. Oh. Well, that's not great. Alright. Well, I guess I'm randomly picking one from here. Let's see. Yoink. Alright, so let's put that one down. And what's the one that I just randomly drew? Phase 2, the cost of hiring professions is reduced by 1 coin. Okay, so I can get a little bit of a discount rate for my hirations today. Do I do anything with the Admiral? Let me just make sure I'm not missing things. Because I always do this and then I forget to do things with the people that I hire. Just saying. And the Admiral. Okay, so now I get to take 2 cards if I so choose, as long as there are 5 or more in the display. So we start off with a Jester. Okay, a Flute. Just going to scooch scooch. Oh my. Oof, look at that coinage. But I get to take 2 if I get 5 or more out of here, so I'm about it. Oh! Ooh! Okay. Look at that. I get to take 2 regardless. This is crazy. So what's happening here? Our tickets were under 300? Yeah, must be nice. I feel like traveling in the States, though, is far less expensive than in Canada. But maybe I'm wrong. This is, like, wild here. I mean, I do get to take 2 cards at this point, so I could hire the Jester. The Jester's worth 2, and oh, actually, and I get a discount because of this. So I could actually hire the Jester for 6 instead of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which leaves me with 1 coin. Sad, but I'ma do it. Well, hello, my little friend. Let's just put you over here. Put you over here. So we got 2 of you, and then I'm gonna do this to get 4 coins because I can get 2 cards. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I apologize if I'm shaking the table. It's just not super sturdy, but it'll stop. And that's it for that. Oh my goodness, this is great. Alright, so let's head over. Oh, I forgot to draw an event. This one says, so there's only a few more, and then it's going to actually take me to the end of the event, and I'll tell you what happens there. Immediately, all players with at least 1 settler gain a coin. Well, apparently I wasn't smart enough to get a settler, so I don't have a settler. So, Oh, so yeah, so do you get 2 coins because of the Admiral? No, so it actually didn't even end up being the Admiral at all. It's because I had 4 ships, so I got to take 2 cards. That's why. And then the coins I took because I ended up trading with one of the ships. So I ended up hiring somebody, and then I took one of the ships, traded one of the ships, so that's why I ended up getting those coins. But do I get the 2 coins from the Admiral? Oh, you're right. My apologies. I'm sorry. Let's see. Look at you go. Yes, Gameritis guy. See? Look, I'm shortchanging myself. I do, in fact, get 2 coins. Look at you. I was reading the wrong thing. Yes! See, this is why I have chat here to help me with these solo plays. Otherwise, I'd be making myself poor. Yes! Coins. Thank you. So I did this event. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect me. But let's check out this display. So far, though, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 influence coins. We're getting there. We're getting there, but we'll see how far we get. Okay, so now I have 1 ship out. All right. An Admiral. I'm kind of poor, though. Let me see. How much do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have not played this game before. Your play is making it easy to pick up and understand. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I'm trying. The teacher comes out, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, am I talking too much? And it's frustrating. So no, you were great. You caught that, and I didn't. So amazing. Thank you for that, because that's 2 more coins that I wouldn't have had. So I appreciate it. I'm not even mad at it. Thank you so much. And this is why my wallet hates Twitch board game streams. Listen, even though I get games for review, and I'm very open about this was a review copy, I still buy stuff. Like I was just saying to the chat, I bought Twilight Inscription, and it's not come in yet. I think they just shipped it out because it was on pre-order. Did I need it? Of course not. My basement is full of games, but I got it anyway. I just, enjoying life is important, and I think we should all do that. As I encourage people to buy games, I'm sorry. All right, I gotta keep going. 2 ships. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I do have 5 in my display, and I'm not at phase 2 yet. I could keep going, because I still can get... This is not... So the governor is the one that gets me that extra card, but I don't have enough coins for the governor. I could just get another admiral, because I get 2 coins per admiral. I mean, that's bomb. So I'm going to get 2 coins now because of this anyway. So we're done the discover phase, but I'm actually going to hire the admiral for 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. So technically it would be 7, but I'm also going to get 2 coins. So, sorry. Where's my admiral? Here. I'm going to get 2 coins for having 5 in the display. Not for the other admiral, just for the one I had before. And then that phase is done. Oh, sweet lord. Here we go. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. I swear, I'm not famous yet to be sent a fancy table, so we got to use my little rickety table that shakes. I'm so sorry, everybody. All good. All right. I think we may have a couple more. Oh, thanks, David, for popping by. Much appreciated. We're actually going to be almost done this soon, so we only have a few more cards, and then I'll show you what happens, and then we'll have a chat. So now we have peaceful trade for our next event. Immediately, whoever has the most 1 cutlass gains 1 crown per trader in their display. You know, I really regret not getting traders now. Because, oh, that sucks. Well, this is the card. Unfortunately, I opted to not get any traders. That's my own fault. So, I do not benefit from that. Well, what was I thinking? Obviously, I wasn't, so here we are. All right, so let's go to phase 1 here. We're going to do some discoverations. Okay, so we have another expedition. Again, another expedition that I can't do. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, is it? Well, it is what it is. So, keep going. Woo! I do like that there's lots of money. But if I can get to 5, then at least I can get 4 more coins here, because it's per admiral. Okay, well, here you're going to see a situation that's bad. 2 green ships. I can't repel it, because I need at least 3 cutlasses. I only have 2. And we haven't seen this happen yet, so I believe this is where I just get nothing. So, let's make sure I'm not telling you the wrong thing. So, I could have the opportunity in the Discover phase to repel one of the green ships. I can't. So that basically ends that. And this is where I believe that's it. Like, it's bye, see you later. And let me just make sure before I'm telling you the wrong information. Yeah, so that's it. I think that it's over for me. And that's it. Oh, wow, that's so terrible. Ooh. All right, so I get nothing. I get nothing. Wow, that's garbage. I got too greedy. That's so bad. And you like think, oh, it's not a big deal. Of course it's a big deal. It's progressing this deck. My event deck, and I mean, that's cards that I could have had. Boo earns. So I do believe there's a card if that happens that actually gets you stuff. But let me see here, because that technically would have been my empty phase 2. I think it's the Jester. So I do have 2 Jesters. Let's see what the Jester does. My apologies, I do have to read this one. Whenever it's your turn to take cards from the display in phase 2 and the harbor display is empty, at the start of your turn, you immediately gain 1 coin for each Jester in your personal display. If there is no phase 2, which is what happened to me, I receive 1 coin for each Jester in a personal display. Okay, so I get 2 coins. Perfect. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I at least got 2 coins out of it. But yeah, that's it. I unfortunately don't get it. Gameritis, what are you saying? My first game from Fist was Oh My Goods. Nice! So it makes sense I can quickly pick up on Port Royal. Also because Port Royal came out first. Right, that's true. It's on the buy list. Sorry! Meaning to buy it, but I keep forgetting about it. It's on again, off again. And that was me. For the longest time, I think I ended up buying it at Essen like 4 years ago or something. But it took me so long to buy it. But I kept saying I was going to buy it. And then now I have the regular copies and now the big box. So I totally feel you on this. All right, next event. We only have a couple more, and then we're going to talk about it. So this one says, Phase 2, whoever trades with a flute gains 1 additional crown. So that's if you're trading with a blue ship. So this one here. Okay, cool. So we'll put that there. Let's start our discovery. We've got a captain. Let's keep going. Ah, there's a flute. So if we trade with that, get a crown. We have a trader, which apparently I don't seem to like very much because I never hire them. Got a jack of all trades. How many coins do I have even? I mean, I have 4, so I'm a little poor. Let's keep going. So an expedition that I can't do. Sacky-doo, because I need that symbol, and I have none of those symbols in my display. Wow. Oh, wait. Okay, so even though I have the 2 blue ships, I can repel you because I have 2 cutlasses. Ha ha! To the discard you go. But now I'm nervous that I'm going to get more of those. So should I just take the coins and run? I'm about it. I'm just going to take these 3 coins. And because of this event, I'm also going to get a crown. And I'll get 3 coins. 1, 2, 3. And these go away. Oh my goodness. So we're running close to the end here of this. All right. Next event. Risky maneuver. Phase 2. If there are at least 3 ships of a different color at the start of your turn in the harbor display, gain 1 crown. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. Because we'll see. Maybe. I shouldn't say that. We'll see. I'm kind of rich now, so I can buy things. Okay, so we have a flute. Let's keep going. A governor. Ooh, this is nice. It gets you an extra card, but it doesn't really give me any extra points. I mean, but I kind of like this getting an extra card business. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh, I'm short. So that's not going to work. And the card I needed to get the discount is not available in my display. That's the Senorita. Oh, for the love of... But I can repel. I mean, let's repel this one, because it only has 1 cutlass. I've got 2. Bye! Keep going. The Settler. I don't know what the Settler does. Making cards double as goods. Yes! I have to say, Fisher's really good about that, making cards useful for, like, the multi-use. And I mean, I'm about it. It helps. Like, save room, because this could have been a much larger game otherwise. So the Settler... Oh, it's just going to help with completing those expeditions. So, yeah, we'll see. Next. The Trader, which gives me +1 when I trade with those ships. The Priest, Yeah, whatever. I mean, ideally, I really should start getting those because I've been really messing around with expeditions, but I don't really want any of those. Ugh! Come on, come on! What is happening here? Not a fan of what I'm seeing here, everybody. Ooh, the Sailor 7. I think it's 3 influence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I'm doing it. And so I'm going to get that one. Let's just, I'm going to put this over here because technically I've finished it. I'll bring it back into play when needed. And with my... Yeah, so I'm going to get also 4 coins from this. Ooh, this deck is running low. 2, 3, 4, because of my Admiral. 5 or more cards in the display. That happens, because I've chosen my cards. Or card, I should say. And this is the last event card for this. So it says, Month's End. Complete the Month's End effect on the last mission card. Discard this card to the event card discard pile, take the discard pile and turn it to create a new event deck, then place 1 random event card with number 0 on top. The next event player will reveal this new event card at the beginning of their turn. So these event cards, this is the one that always goes on the bottom of the deck for the month end event, and I'll explain what's going to happen there. And it's a number 2. All of the other events have 0. So these are the ones that go on top, and then this go on the bottom. So we'd basically just do this, and we just flip it without shuffling. And then that would make a new deck. We're not going to go through this again, but I'm going to explain what happens. So now that I've done that, so this card comes into play, the one I was telling you about here. So remember, we finished this early in the round. So now it's telling us round end, or month end, we go to number 11. So we go to this deck that I had pulled off the screen earlier. We go to card 11, which is here. Okay. And then it says to read it, so in this case it's called Port Royal. You urgently need a captain and a trader. As you are unfamiliar with these waters, go to Port Royal where a friend of your father, Mark Tybuck, will help you. And then what would happen, it's going to tell you that you're going to take 3 cards, number 81, from the deck that I had said I put aside earlier. So there are 3 cards in this deck. This is why you don't shuffle this deck. 81. So these cards would now go into this main deck that we were using, and we do a little shuffle. Okay? Once that happens, we would then, put this out as our new mission. So that would be the new mission that comes out, and this is what we're trying to do in this particular case. And then it lets us know at the month end if we finished it, if we didn't finish it, what card we would then go to. And if we finish this one, we would take a cube off of our card, put it here, and get the 2 coins. We would run through the event deck like we did last time till we get to that month end card, and then we would do this all over again. So that's it. So I'm just going to run through one bit of it because I don't want to ruin it if you actually want to play the game, but that's like the first, it's not even the first chapter, but the first part, because remember, we still have to get 4 of our cubes off. We've only gotten rid of 1 cube. Sorry, this should be here. By completing 1 mission, we would have to complete 3 more missions. We were close to 12 influence points, not quite there yet. And yeah, and we'd want to do that by the end of the chapter. That's how we would win the game. So 12 influence points, 4 of these cubes on mission, and basically completing 4 missions. Okay, so let's swing over to the other screen here. There you go. So I didn't play through the whole thing because it's one of those ones where if you are reading the story, I don't know if that matters for a lot of people. I don't want to ruin all of it, so it's just like a little taste of it, but it gives you an idea if it's a game that you would play. And I know people are working, so I didn't want to keep it too long. So Gameritis Guy, I don't know if that helps you a little bit to determine if you want it or not, but it gives you a bit of an idea of one of the things you can do, because they also have Make Sail is another expansion. Just one more contract, and the one I played today was The Adventure Begins. And it's supposed to take 20 to 50 minutes. Playing it solo, I think probably would be, if I did it really fast, I'd probably get through it in about 40 minutes or so. But you were looking at BGG, didn't know there's a campaign mode. Yeah, so on this one, I'll repeat it again, it's The Adventure Begins. That's the campaign mode that you can play 1 to 5 players, and Port Royal, just one more contract, is another one that you can play solo if you wanted to. So I like Pfister games. I liked some of the ones mentioned by Game Arts Guy, like Oh My Goods, and then there was another one, New Dale. Sorry, my brain is, it's in a blue box, and it was kind of another kind of campaign one. It's escaping my mind. But this game's been around for a long time, with good reason. People enjoy it. I like the multi-use of cards. This one I had to do reading a couple times because some of the way things were phrased were a bit odd, like those Aries cards. But once I figured it out, it was pretty straightforward. So if you've played the game before, this is going to be really easy for you to jump in. Even if you haven't played it before, I still think you'll like it. And yeah, play the base game first if you haven't, and then throw in the expansion because it does throw you off a little bit if you're not sure about it. So, I mean, this game's good for a reason. I like it. I think it's pretty clear. It's pretty fun and straightforward. You've got 2 phases with this, now a third, but it literally is flipping a card and following the instructions. It's not super language dependent. Actually, it isn't at all. Like, except for now adding that story element, but everything else, you're just using imagery, which is pretty good. So, yeah, so Tianjipu, do you play solo? I don't remember. Is that Tracy? I might be confusing it with Tracy. But overall, there's a reason why this game is popular, because it's good. So, yeah, so there you go. So that was Port Royal Big Box. So if y'all play it, let me know. Tag me on the social medias and let me know if you're like, oh, it's so good, or I hated it. Or if I play something wrong, tell me. That does happen on occasion, especially for solo games with me. So, yeah, looking forward to your thoughts. The next solo stream I'll do is going to be a game from, I'm trying to remember exactly where. It's from Asia. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I can't pinpoint exactly, but I received an expansion for Walk and Roll. So I haven't played Walk and Roll, the original, on here. I talked about it on the podcast, but I'm going to do the expansion on here the next time. So I'll try and do that next stream. So that's going to be it for me today, unless any of you have any more questions or anything like that. If not, I appreciate you coming out. I honestly thought it'd be super quiet, and I'd just be talking to myself, but... Oh, Board Game Feast. Yo, you like Walk and Roll. Awesome. Yeah, I feel like I haven't played it enough, and I want to play it a little bit more, so... Origame is in Song. Is it Origame? Singapore. Thank you. I couldn't remember exactly where it was, and I'm like scanning the box in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm reading. Yep. And I didn't want to say the wrong place. So thank you for that clarification. And they sent another game to me, but I can't play it solo, so I'm gonna have to figure out how we can talk about that one. So yes, shipping is, and talk to Suzanne about that. Suzanne goes on Amazon Japan or all the different types of Amazon sticker games, and the cost of shipping. Oh, it's so much. I mean, yeah, you want the game, but it's a lot. And there's one I want to order called Rumble Nation. I can't remember exactly where that one is from. I think you can get it on Amazon Japan, if I'm not mistaken. It's so good. So good. And Board Game Feast, I've been loving Mooncake Master. I don't think I got that one. There was a reason. It looked really good, but it might have been a player count thing. There was a reason, but it did look super fun. So, oh, that sounds good. See, now I'm regretting it. See, everyone has it but me. I try not to take too many games because I don't want to not play them, but now I might be having regrets. Eurogamer Girl, I missed the end of had to step away for work. Oh, yeah, so I didn't quite finish the game. I just finished that month. So what ends up happening is once you get to the month, you resolve whatever's on the card at the bottom. I'll show you quickly. Sorry if I'm repeating this for everybody else, but you just resolve what happens here. Oops. So you read the card that it tells you to read, and then there are cards that are added to the deck, reshuffle the deck, and we basically do it all over again. So until you meet the end game conditions, and in my case, I needed to finish 3 more missions, and I think I needed 12 influence points. I was only about 8. So we had some time. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it, as always. Like I said, I'm not a fan of solo streaming, but it's always fun when you have friends join you in the chat very much. What is this? My friends love Kopi King. Kopi King, Kopi King. What's that one? Wait, I'm going to Google this. Hold on. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to be ending the stream, but guess what? I want to know what this is. Oh, no, not Kopi Kingston game. Sorry, my keyboard is super noisy. Oh, this one. Yeah. Why didn't I get this one? Okay, wait, oh my gosh, they have a picture of Milo. So, and carnation milk, this is amazing. So, for those who don't know, I think it's, in English they say Milo, but it's like a hot chocolate. It's in a green tin with like a soccer player on it, or football as my mom would say. But anybody who's not from North America, maybe from North America, I'm from North America, but you know what I mean. If you have roots in other parts of the world, Milo is a thing. So, just saying. Anyways, I'm babbling. But that game looks super fun. I'm going to have to look into it. Yeah, they asked me. They're very kind and asked games that I would like to try, but If it's dexterity, I think I'm worried about taking an eye out with these nails. It's never a good look, but it does look fun. Okay, wash of cards. Okay, I'll look into it. As long as I don't have to flick anything or poke anything, I'm into it. And Steve, TW81, hey, oh, thanks for joining. I'm just wrapping up, but I appreciate you popping in. The hair looks normal. Yes, I just have dark ponytail. I know. So if I haven't seen you for a while, I had stopped coloring my hair. It was starting to break a little bit and get a little dry. So I'm like, yeah, we got to get back to some healthy hair. I haven't had this color hair in, oh my gosh, it's been a long time, like probably 10 plus years. So I feel like people don't recognize me when I go to conventions. It's actually very funny, especially with a mask, but it's good. Then they hear me talk and they're like, it's you. Oh gosh, so yes, I'm a normie. Actually Australian, very popular in Asia. Which one's this one? The oh, mooncake. Okay, yeah. So which one? Sorry, board game feast. Which one are you talking about? Sorry, I missed it. I can't seem to see what it says in here. Oh, yes, healthy hair is important because honestly, I'm getting old. I don't want to have no hair. I mean, hey, I could shave. At the end of the day, I could shave my hair and I still would be me. Doesn't matter. But, I like to play with my hair a little bit, so I like a little bit of things happening. But I got my nails to keep me occupied, so I put, I call them, they're hard to see, I have a green screen, but Care Bear nails. I got this little rainbow happening there. Mooncake Masters. Okay, thanks, Game Rights Guy. I'll look into it. I've heard of it, and I couldn't remember where I'd heard of it, so that's probably why. Okay. Oh, Milo. Yeah, Milo's the best. So, my parents are from the Caribbean. Very popular in the Caribbean, Milo. Or Milo, sorry, depending on where you're from. South Americans will probably say Milo. We say Milo or Milo, depending where you're from. Anyway, I digress. It's like a form of like a malted kind of hot chocolate. Horlicks is another one. Everyone's like, what is that? Ovaltine is really popular. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a thing. But anyway, I'll let you all get back to work. I will definitely do another stream soon. We'll just have chats and thinking of showing off my organization of my Marvel Champions because I have like all of it. So we'll see. No, Steve, I'm not going to New York City Comic Con. I haven't been in a long time. I went to one 4 years ago with Renegade. And I have family that lives in New York, so I do visit New York. Well, I used to visit New York often prior to COVID. But I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling a little bit with the close spaces. And yes, I'm a mask wearer. I'm not here to shame anybody who doesn't wear one. But yeah, I work, I live in a house with someone who works in long-term care, so I have to be really careful about where I am and that sort of thing. So conventions are a bit tricky for me, but I'm trying to go. Just I have to be a bit more careful. Yeah, Marvel Champions. Every time I say I'm not going to buy anymore, and guess what I do? I buy more. Oh, gosh. Yeah, you've been in the subway, Steve? Yeah, and listen, I get it. Some people have to go to work. You have to take the subway. It's busy, right? Like, it is what it is, and, we just have to try our best to Oh, Steve, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I could do it. And that's not even just because of COVID. That's just for me in general. I just don't like being close to people. Oh my, Steve, you're in long-term care too? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to be a conversation for another day, but I mean, we appreciate all the work you're doing because that's not an easy job. My mom does it. She's been doing it for years. She's a nurse. And working with the elderly or just people who are in long-term care, it can be difficult. It can also be very rewarding. So it's a job that doesn't always get the recognition it deserves. So thank you for that. But I think I've talked your ears off long enough. Thanks, Steve, for coming in. Next time you got to come in early so we can chat more. But yeah, I'll probably do another stream this week. Either it's going to be a video game stream, maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to find something fun to play with everybody on the stream. And yeah, I'll do a stream with Organization of Marvel Champions, and you all could come on and tell me how you organize yours, and I'll show you how I organize mine. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day. If I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your fabulous weekend, because I know it's a long weekend for everybody. And I really so much appreciate you checking me out in the stream. Yes, how it's organized. I know. So Marvel Champions, looking at how it's organized. So I have a certain way that I do it. So I'm curious to see if other people have a different box they use or how they organize it. Mine is, yeah, I'm a teacher, so I'll leave that to your imagination of how organized it is. So yes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'll see. Steve, stop it. It's organized. Oh, my heart hurts. Okay, I'm going. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk soon. Bye.